Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome back, everyone. Agers, family caregivers, back to Lana's Little Things with me, Dr. Lana, specialist gerontologist. We're talking all things on living agelessly, family caregiving, entrepreneurship, life itself, and importantly, bridging generational gaps. Hmm. But it was an interesting study that I came across reading this week that I thought applied to so many age ranges. It, you'll understand why I'm so excited about this. But it has to do with aging and leg strength, and that's why the picture at the front is like, why is she showing? Why Dr. Husband showing her legs? Why Dr. Lana showing her legs all of a sudden? No, I promise you, this is no. It's not a new format of the show. I'm not showing off my legs just for the sake, okay? But nor am I saying that my legs are like the gold standard by which we're talking about. We're just talking about fitness and how it's linked to brain health, and not only for 40s, 30s, 20s, you think those who are athletes or whatever, or persons who have a high gym routine. No, that study is that I'm going to be discussing right today, tonight, will take us into a 10-year research, awesome research that actually gives us science that says not just is exercise, oh, it's good for you. I mean, we know that. It stimulates the circulation. We've talked about it before. Muscle strength reduces frailty, reduces the risk of falls as we get older. But the connection that was made with leg strength, specifically, not necessarily arm strength, but leg strength, calf strength, ankle strength, toe, walking, pelvic stability, and brain health, and reducing the decline to dementia, or at least improving cognitive abilities. It was you know it just made me think, wow, I've got to read more of this. And I did, and I thought, no, I've got to share this. So please like and subscribe if you're as excited as I am to get to know how your legs strength has anything to do with improving your brain health, reducing the risk of dementia, reducing the risk of that decline that may be associated if you have a family history, or if someone is already in early onset mental memory impairment. Can leg strength, can exercise specifically targeted to our muscles in our legs, can that make a difference? Let's just go in. Let's just dive deep right in. So this was a study, and it was 10 years long. So credibility for me stands out longer than study, not necessarily because not just because it's long, but because you have time to observe persons over that time. It also, I did twins. Now, this is a study in England, and the research, and this is research from many different, you can Google, it's National Library of Medicine, PubMed Central, and a few NHS and a BBC um, channel also have that information. So I'm sure you may find others. If you find others, statistics or research done or additional research, please educate me. Leave it in the comments below, because this is groundbreaking. You see how excited I am? I'm like, wow, this is like, I don't know. This is so good. This sounds so good. So it's entitled, this particular one I read, Kicking Back Cognitive Aging Leg Power Predicts Cognitive Aging After 10 Years in Older Female Twins. So again, they did it in twins, the closest DNA batch of people that we know. Hmm. So they their changes would more closely we could predict what may happen because they have such a close DNA. And can we extrapolate that to the general public? Yes, because twin research has been very helpful in all kinds of research. For sure, sure. Okay, so let's just keep going. We know the benefits of exercise. We've talked about that before. Okay, but what specifically about leg power? And we're talking about the strengths when it comes to bending, just bending over, maybe just kneeling, getting out of bed, the basics of life, walking down the supermarket corridor, not feeling like you have to hold on to the tray, the sides, the shelves, the everything. Walking around in your house without feeling as though you have to hold to every chair and surface and wall and cane and walker. You see what I'm saying? Or not remembering how to make your steps, or getting more frail and then being more dependent, which is also going to increase not just the stress and strain in the family or on you, the age who's aging, but on the caregiver who has to take care of that aging person who's losing their strength, who's increasingly more frail. So let's keep going. So 10 years, twin studies, leg strength, focused on everything they did prior, all the research bits before, tested them prior, measured what their strength, the muscle tone, strength, and so on was, and they did some mental health tests. And the average population was, I believe, it's over between 45 and 50. So the average age was about 55. So, but they actually went up to 73. And they performed this 2 points, 10 years apart. And and then extrapolated them, followed them, gave them a regime, stuck to accounted for those who may have had high blood pressure, glucose, cholesterol, diet, their entire body habit, whether they high, large frame, medium frame, small frame, did they have smoking or alcohol habits? So these were things that were used to assess the relationships between baseline leg power, physical activity, and then any changes in the brain, adjusting for all those other things that come across in life and come across in aging and just come across in everyday, you know, people live, you gotta live, right? Some people say, well, we gotta live with something. The results, though, the striking results, and this is why I'm so excited to share it. And I've seen it more in some other exercise, who are persons who are doing exercise, calisthenics, yoga, Pilates, just gentle aerobics for older persons. And they too have been speaking about this research. So it does seem to have some promise. Not just promise. It just sounds like yay. Not jumping on a bandwagon, but the research is sound. So the striking relationship was between muscle fitness, leg power, and then the over 10 years, what brain health these twins had. Fully adjusted, reliable statistical measurements. We won't go into all that. But what happened was, what did they find? And of course, more research has to be done because more research always has to be done in anything that starts off. But we got to start somewhere. And anything that is providing hope, anything that we can do, anything that you as an individual or as a family unit can do within the context of cognitive impairment, within the context of dementia and Alzheimer's at the early stage, can you slow it down? Can you help it along? And yes, The conclusion was leg power, I'm reading directly, leg power predicts both cognitive aging and overall brain structure. Despite controlling or adjusting for the common genetics and life environment that is shared by twins. Because even though you're a twin, you're still a separate person. And the target of improving leg power in the long term, the hope is it may help reach a universal goal of healthy cognitive aging. And the hope for that is reducing the risk of dementia, helping those who already have early dementia to go through safe, guided exercises for their leg strength to improve it. And also, even those who may be late stage, there may be hope for them as well. Late stage, we went through the stages of Alzheimer's before, but I'll put it in the link below. I'll put it here on the chat. Just let me know what you think about this and any studies that you have come across, because we've seen this before, but this connection, the connection we as physicians and I generally made, and we were all shown to make, is exercise generally. Yes, weight so that you keep your muscle mass. But this one, and frailty, which really kind of is determined by your pelvic girdle, pelvic strength, lower limb strength. But this study is actually helping to show that when you do that, it's working. It's working. It's helping the brain. It's restoring muscle strength equals brain health. I mean, I go back. It sounds corny, but I'm going back to the shin bone is connected to the elbow bone, which is connected to the shoulder bone. It is just so depictive of the fact that we are one unit. We are one human unit. We are one city. And what affects one part of our body is going to affect the other. We may not know how it is. There's so much we do not know. But when we do know stuff and we do get research and we do get good news in the midst of all the other bad news that we could share, hey, uh, we sure could use a little good news today. So from my heart to yours, I am so thrilled. I'm looking forward to reading more about the studies, about the further studies that are going to go on, what they're going to use, if they're going to change it between males and females, how is it helping their lung health, cardiac health, and brain health as well, and is there anything else that we can do? But the hope from this study and the evidence from this study suggests that not just exercise, but focus. And maybe we don't want you to do Bulgarian squats or go in the gym and start, raising your legs above capacity, because certainly things might start to break. So please, please, please be taking it one step at a time. And seek your doctor's advice. Speak to your physical therapist. Speak to the um, holistic therapist who might be able to take you through range of motion exercises, anything that we can do in addition obviously to a healthy diet, healthy lifestyle, healthy outlook, positive outlook, hope for the future. Scientists, there is so much research and everybody's doing their best, because we know it is not just did you eat well, did you drink well, do a lot of exercise, how's your heart, how's your blood pressure, quality of life. Oh, quality of life. So many would, there's nothing like it. If this was helpful to you, so what I want to say is the proof is there, the evidence is there, more evidence will come. I've seen it for myself, patients who have had their leg and the physio with the leg strength, they actually move better. Some have said that one patient or two, not exaggerating, and I didn't even see the study then, had said, that when I exercise outside when I'm walking is better for my brain than when I'm just inside doing a little, you know, bicycle something or pedaling on the bed or but whatever is safe and what you can do. So I'm thinking, maybe something to this. But little did I know this research was here. So yay, yay for medicine. Hope springs eternal. From my heart to yours, try it out. Ask your doctor, ask your therapist, look at the research, subscribe, share this with a friend. Let me know how this impacted you as it impacted me. And if there's other information out there that you have seen, because we are all in this together. And the earlier we start, the study was from 40s to 70s. Earlier we start, the stronger we are, the better it is. From my happy, happy heart to yours, good morning, good evening, good night, Dr. Lana. Just sharing some really fascinating news today. Yes, science and health, we do connect many, many times in glorious ways. Have a wonderful evening, morning, and night. I'll see you next time. Mwah.